Welcome to our ear tour. My name is Andrea Marcotte.
I'm Hsin Huang.
First off, we'll go over the three different areas of the ear. There's the outer ear, then the middle ear, and the inner ear.
So first we will see the outer ear, which is the auricle or pinna. So this is a funnel-like configuration. It has important functions such as
it localizes the sources of sounds and gathers sound waves from the environment.
And it is more efficient at delivering high-frequency sounds.
2,000 to 5,000 hertz. More so than low-frequency sounds.
And the auricle is made of cartilage, which is covered with skin continuing with the face. And there are some important landmarks here on the auricle.
We're going to show them the book.
That's anti-tragus, anti-helix, and helix. Where's helix? Good, that's good. And tragus.
Tragus would be in here.
Yeah. And cruise of anti-helix.
Crura means the legs of the antihelix, and that is right here. You can almost see two different legs going off.
Good. And the last one, concha. Where is the concha?
That would be in here.
Good.
There's the cavum and the cymba.
Good. And then we move on to the external auditory canal. So the lateral 1/3 is cartilaginous portion. And what do we have here?
This is where the sebaceous glands are, which also means that is where cerumen or earwax is produced.
Yes, and we're moving on to the medial 2/3, which is the
osseous portion of the temporal bone. This has no glands and no hair. This whole structure, the external auditory canal, helps to equalize the pressure before the air hits the tympanic membrane, which we will talk about next. The tympanic membrane is also known as the eardrum. It is the boundary between the outer ear and the middle ear. As you can see, it's in a circular shape. So around that circle is the annulus. And Hsin is going to draw a diagram of this for us so we can see all the landmarks more clear.
Yeah, annulus. And then we have
the manubrium of the malleus.
Yeah.
It's kind of an arm that goes right down into the middle.
And then we have a triangle shape here, which is
the cone of light.
Yes. And
the circular shape toward the bottom of the manubrium of the malleus is the umbo.
And on top of the tympanic membrane, we have
the pars plasta.
Yes. And the rest of the tympanic membrane
is the pars tensa, which means it's more tense and a bit thicker than the pars plasta. The TM is the first mobile link in the chain of auditory events. This means that sound waves cause the tympanic membrane, which Hsin just drew, to vibrate and permits transmission of acoustic energy from the tympanic membrane to the ossicular chain, which, as we go back over here, is what we will talk about next. Now we're entering the middle ear. Here's our tympanic membrane that we just talked about. And right here, I'll pull it out so you can get a closer look. It's our malleus, then the incus, and right in here, the stapes. These make up the three bones or ossicles. So, from here, vibrations of the tympanic membrane, this little guy who is in here, are conducted along the ossicular chain, which is the malleus, incus, and stapes, to the oval window, which lies right under the footplate of the stapes. The acoustic energy from our external auditory canal all the way up against our tympanic membrane, then going along the optical chain, means that is then turned into mechanical energy.
And it's really important in the middle ear is its impedance matching system. And the impedance matching system combines the effects of the area ratio of tympanic membrane and the oval window from the big tympanic membrane to the small oval window. And also the liver advantage of 3 ossicles. And the third one is the buckling effect of the tympanic membrane. And this mechanic increases the pressure approaching the cochlea.
This results in a significant gain of approximately 30 decibels right.
In the middle ear, we also have eustachian tube. What does the eustachian tube do?
The eustachian tube maintains pressure equalization. You might wonder what this means. So that means that the air pressure of the middle ear must match that of the external auditory canal to keep the pressure equal on both sides of the tympanic membrane. This maximizes its mobility. Can you imagine if one side had more or less pressure? It would not be able to maintain its mobility.
Now we are in the inner ear. So in the inner ear we have vestibular system and cochlear system. The oval window separates the middle ear and the inner ear, and the entryway is called
the vestibule.
Within the vestibule are the auricle and circle. They are responsible for mediating linear acceleration of the head in space, such as
in an automobile, speeding up and slowing down. Urge.
And we have the semicircular canals. We have anterior semicircular canal and
posterior semicircular canal.
Also
lateral.
They are responsible for angular acceleration, such as turning your head toward to your shoulder, moving your head to nod yes, or shaking your head no. In general, the vestibular system houses the sensors for balance, and its mechanisms provide direct information integrated with joints, muscles, and visual input to the proprioceptive system.
Now we are entering the cochlear mechanism. So this is our cochlea, and right up here, first we start off with our scala vestibuli, that's the pink portion. Then the white portion is the scala media, and then we have our scala tympani. The Reisner's membrane divides the scala vestibuli and scala media, and then the Basler's membrane divides the scala media and the scala tympani. Now I'm going to draw a picture of this so that you can see it a little more clear. So what is this first portion called?
Scala vestibuli.
Great job. Scala vestibuli. And the first membrane I talked about, that divides the vestibuli from the scala media?
I know. Wrestler's membrane.
Perfect. Reisner's membrane. And then we go into this portion. Which scala is this?
Is scala media or cochlear duct.
Perfect. And this membrane is called?
Basler membrane.
Great job. Basler membrane. And from here, we have the scala
tympani.
Yay, scala tympani. And lying right in here, we have an organ. Do you know what this is called?
Yes, I know, of course. Organ of Cordy.
Yay! So this is our organ of Cordy. And then we have some ligaments lying right over here that help us communicate. Do you know what those are called?
Yeah, this spiral ligament.
Great job. Spiral ligament. So, talking about these scalas and how our perilymph and endolymph move, first we start the stapes bone, which would be right about out here, compresses the perilymph of the scala vestibuli, which causes this membrane right here to shift. Do you remember what that membrane was called?
Resonance membrane, right?
Great job. This causes the endolymph in the scala media to move, which causes the next membrane. Which membrane was that?
Basilar membrane.
To shift.
Shift again.
This movement begins from the base of the cochlea all the way up to the top. Do you know what the top of the cochlea is called?
Apex.
Great job. This movement causes all the tiny little hair cells to shear, which means that they bend, which causes a cochlear microphonic release, meaning the information traveling all the way up to the apex, back down against our round window right here, causes the information to then go to the auditory nerve.
Quiz time. Pop quiz. What fluid lies in the scala media?
Endolymph lies in the scala media, and right here is where the scala media is located, in between Bowser's membrane on bottom and Reisner's membrane on top.
And what allows us to maintain equal pressure in the middle ear and external auditory canal?
So from the external auditory canal into the middle ear, the eustachian tube right here allows us to maintain that equal pressure.
Good. And what helps us maintain balance?
The vestibular system.
Good. Extra study time.
This whole area is the pinna or auricle that we talked about before.
Yes. And we have different landmarks on that. We have triangular fossa.
Right here, as you can see, it is shaped like a triangle, so that's an easy one to remember.
And scaphoid fossa.
Scaphoid fossa, right over here, and it's an indentation in there.
Helix.
The helix, made of cartilage all around the outer ear.
Antihelix.
Antihelix, depression on the other side of the helix.
Cruise of antihelix.
Cruise of antihelix.
Where is
What
that?
are you looking at?
Where is that?
Are you talking about this?
Yes, good job.
Yay! It's also known as helica crua. The two legs, crua means legs, of the antihelix.
Yeah, and tragus.
Tragus is right here, a popular place to get pierced sometimes. Goes right in.
Antitragus.
An antitragus, opposite of the tragus.
And the last one, earlobe.
Earlobe or lobule is right down here. And then, as you can see, as I pointed out earlier, are the two conchas. On the other model you couldn't tell, but concha simba is higher, right